Greetings Fiends Darklings, welcome back to the channel. I was just editing the video coming up, and the big disclaimer here is that the video you're about to see was filmed in May 2019 before any of the COVID-19 pandemic hit. It's taken me a long while to get around to editing it because I've had a few technical issues and there's quite a lot of video clips to collate and put together. But in doing the editing, I realised that actually you need a little bit more background about me to understand why the trip happened in the first place. We, that is me and Mr. Morti, or David as you might hear him referred to in the video, we are members of a medieval re-enactment society who portray an Italian household, the Gabrielli family, from the 15th century. Now the Gabriellis had property in Gubbio. In fact, they basically ran the whole town back in the 15th century. And starting in the late 1500s, mid to late 1500s, actually I might have that wrong, it's probably around about 1534 to be a bit more precise, they started to have a contest called the Palio della Balestra, which is a contest for basically the town militia, where they and the neighbouring town of San Sepolcro would have a contest twice a year, once at the end of May, the last Sunday in May, and once in September, sorry, excuse the cat, to see who was the best marksman. Shush, please. Each crossbowman gets one shot at the target. They spend their entire year practicing for this. Look, okay, come on up. Hi. Right, okay, so we have a guest, as usual. So they spend the entire year practicing to have one shot at the target to see who's the best in the town. Can you stop doing that, please? We decided that we wanted to go and actually visit and see this in action. And we also had a friend to go and visit in France. So we decided with our friends who were coming over just for the weekend for the Palio, and you'll see those in a later video, we decided we were going to go over there, see the actual contest, and on the way stop off and visit friends, some whom we haven't seen for quite a while. Now I haven't videoed everything from the trip, partly because I forgot I was supposed to be doing a vlog, but also to keep some people's privacy. So there'll probably be quite a few voiceovers through this and a few photographs, and I'll chuck in a couple of maps and what have you. But I really hope you enjoy the journey. We had an amazing time. It was just non-stop in the car, really and truly, and we travelled from Cornwall. We went and got the ferry from Plymouth to Roscoff. We stayed a couple of days in Britanny, and as you'll see, our holiday didn't get off to the best of starts, partly because it was brought forward by 24 hours, and basically we just sort of dotted around and had a lot of fun. Now the video, if I did it as one video, would be quite long, so we split it into two. This is the first part, so this is us in France, and the part two that will be coming up a little later will be just the Italy part of it. And there is no video footage from our drive home because most of it was done overnight and it was a bit of a rush to get back to the ferry. There's a whole story of what happened at the end. So current me will probably pop up a couple of times in it to do voiceovers while you're looking at video of photographs from the trip, and I explain a little bit of what went on and places that we visited. But most of the time you'll probably see past me from May 2019 talking to you. So enjoy the journey. While you're here, I'll just say, if you like what you see, hit the thumb up button. And even if you don't like what you see, still hit the thumb up button. Comment, ask me whatever questions you'd like to ask about the trip. I will endeavour to put as many links into the description as I possibly can, and subscribe, because there will be more of this coming up. It's very difficult, you know, the last year has been very difficult to get out and do any filming whatsoever, so most of the videos coming up, I expect, will be sort of voiceovers over a lot of photograph montages. But once we're out of lockdown, there will be more videos, and I will do some touring around of Cornwall so that you can see some of the things, and some of the things people don't tend to see about Cornwall, the hidden sides of it, such as our local cemetery. Nothing quite like a goth cliche. But I digress. You're actually here to see me and the hubby travelling around Europe. So have fun, and I will see you back in the past in a moment and back in the future at some point. Okay, enjoy. Good evening, fiends, darklings, random humans and aliens, as I've always greet you. Welcome to the vlog. Found ourselves in a slightly random situation this evening. We were supposed to be travelling to France tomorrow to go away for a week, so this is the start of a travel vlog for you. And at about 5 to 2 this afternoon, I got a text message from Britanny Ferries telling me that our ferry tomorrow was cancelled because of some fault on the Irish service. So our ferry was being pulled off of the Plymouth Roscoff sailing to go and serve Ireland for some reason. So here we are. I panicked, jumped in the car, got home. Luckily Mr. Morti was already home because he'd finished work really early this morning, having done a night shift. And we've packed the car up, we've been over to our storage, and this is all when we've actually moved house. So watch this space. I will do my best to do various travel vlog bits and pieces en route across Europe as we go, and let's go have fun. I've just watched that clip back and realised I didn't actually explain. Our ferry tomorrow night has got cancelled, so we've actually pulled our trip forward 24 hours and we're on tonight's ferry instead, which is what is really unexpected. So we've managed to do it all in short order. I've got Mr. Morti in the car with me now, frantically tucking into KFC, and it looks like we're actually about to board. We've got it just in time. Catch you aboard. Bye. It's a little bit breezy up here. At least the weather's improved somewhat. So I'm going for a walk along them. Come on. Let's go back. That's wood.
You were going to buy it, I think.
What's going on out there? What's up? What's the time?
£21.24.
So half an hour till we sail.
Sure. Come.
We're on our way. Mr. Morti's chatting up the locals.
We have to do it because my mother is here with pets in the house. Yeah. Not just that one, every single one.
No, there's every single one. Another floor?
Could be, maybe they've lifted the whole thing up. Put it on the pillars.
us to get the car. But no information borders.
I'm guessing it's a market.
I'm guessing it's a market too. Bloody great roof. Clock tower.
Yeah. Seriously impressive.
So here we are, quick little addition to the video blog. I'm talking quite quietly, I hope you can hear me, but this is not a place to be shouting and loud. We're at the Abbey de Fontevraud. It's really quite stunning. He always needs to wave.
Yeah, this is the chapter house.
Okay.
So we're sat here in the gardens at Fontevraud Abbey. Probably to give you a bit more information, the background about the place is that it's an abbey that was founded by Robert Arbrissel back in 1100 and something. It was the favourite place of Eleanor of Aquitaine, who was a great benefactor and arranged for her own burial here as well as that of her husband Henry II of England. Richard the Lionheart is buried here as well as Isabel of Angoulême, who was the wife of King John, so it's got a huge amount of relevance for the English. It was converted to become a prison in about 1840 and then converted back in about 1904 there onwards, and didn't become a historical monument until sort of the 70s, 80s, and now has been completely restored. Just behind me there's some of the buildings, and sat round here you've got fountains and what have you, but it's not really a place you can sit and do much in the way of videos because it's so quiet and peaceful and respectful. You don't really want to wander around with a selfie stick or a phone gabbling away to yourself, so you've taken 5 here just to sit down for 5 minutes and roast in the sunshine as you do. I've had an enjoyable day today.
Yes, an enjoyable day.
Good
Restful.
fun. Bit of a drive to get here, and then tonight we're off down to Limoges and to see some old friends. So see you later on the tour. One of the things we'd hoped to see here on visiting was the old kitchens, but unfortunately, as you can see, they're rather shrouded in scaffolding and netting, and they were quite spectacular apparently. You look at the pictures. Looking outside the airport. Day 5, and we are in Limoges. I think we're in the Jardin de l'Evêque at the moment, just by the cathedral. And it's really sunny, really bright sky. It's we've walked down the Butcher's Quarter, but again there's far too many people around for us to actually do much in the way of a video blog. It's certainly been a nice visit today, and at the moment we're just by the fountains, which I'm sure you can hear just behind me with Mr. Morti. And the fountains actually dance. Well, I wouldn't call it dancing, but they keep changing their programming. Before it doesn't change, huh? Oh, we were in the Butcher's Quarter. We found a shop called Elrond, which is fire and flame in English, and the lady there was fluent in English, properly, even said bloody nuisance about the weather and insisted on talking to us in English. But it was a really interesting conversation about glass and firing glass and doing pottery. But unfortunately I didn't take any pictures inside the shop, but we did make a purchase, as you do. I've got a photograph of outside, so if I can work out how to slot a picture into this video, I will. Later on today we plan on going to the campsite, putting our tent up for a couple of days, and then I'm not sure what we were going to do this afternoon, but I'm sure it'll come to me. I think we're going to take the Richard the Lionheart route and go for a drive through the countryside, go and have a look at all the different castles that have anything to do with Richard Coeur de Lion and John Lackland, as per yesterday's visit to Eleanor of Aquitaine's resting place. Well, I'll just leave you to the views. And there's the cathedral behind that amazing building. Okay, how to film this? I'm well out of breath. So I lived for 3 years here in France, in this beautiful region that you see. And the Chateau Chalus was not open at all for 3 years. Or if it was, we missed all the opening dates. And finally, we've stopped here en route to see friends of ours. And the gates were open, and they were open, and apparently they have recently changed hands. And the new owners are so determined to actually renovate and bring this back up to the standard for a monumental piece of architecture in the south of France, that they've written to the Queen to tell them of their intention. And there's a letter downstairs in the main salle from Buckingham Palace thanking them for writing. So the reason I'm out of breath is right in the middle of Chalus is the donjon, the keep. and it's open and you can climb to the top. And I have been in a lot of castles and I have climbed a lot of towers, as has Mr. Morti, and I don't think I've been up any that have had so little attention to health and safety, or have had such narrow and decrepit stairs, nor have I passed crow's nests on my way before. I'll try and get a couple of pictures on my way back down. It's very dark, there's not even any lighting on the stairs, it's pitch black, but oh my god, it's worth it for the views. And if I just up here, you can see behind me, that's the top, complete with Richard's flag. So yeah, so completely worthwhile. And if I just tip us down here, you can see some of the works that are going on. They're renewing the ornamental gardens completely. That's the main house with another tower on it. This is where the box office entry was, just down there, a little shack, even complete with somewhere to get yourself a drink. There's a fountain there that will be running. And I think you can just about see from there, I've got to be careful holding my phone now, I don't drop it, the ruins of the castle, not castle,
Church.
the ruins of the church, where the remains of Richard the Lionheart's bowels are supposedly buried. Now, Fontevraud Abbey also says that they've got the entrails, but here says that the rest of the body went to Fontevraud, the entrails remained here, and his heart went to the cathedral at Rouen. So, wow.
It is truly wow.
It's properly wow. And this is actually the whole town of Chalus. And we're headed off, I think, over that way shortly. We're going that way, down to Bussier-Galon and Ladignac-Lalonde to go and visit friends. Once we've got back down safely, let's just see. Oh, some lizards knocking around as well. But this,
There's a tree growing in there.
it probably was.
Probably holding the castle.
Let me just, why can't I rotate it? I don't know.
First, you
But-
follow me.
That's where we've just come up from. And at the bottom there is a crow's nest. Off you go.
Mind your head.
I will.
Are you ready?
Okay.